Here we are at Hammerfest with Sacred Mother. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, good man. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, excellent. We caught you guys on the stage last night.
Great.
Absolutely awesome. Got some real great shots as well.
Yeah, good.
So,
Is the show all right?
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, good.
That's the first time I've seen you guys perform as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, good.
So
Well, you've been missing out then.
No.
I thought I saw you out in the audience actually.
That's it. Always look for the
Nodding away.
hat. So how did the show go?
Really good. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gone really well. I mean, we've been on tour at the moment and stuff, so we're pretty in the swing of things at the moment. From a live point of view. We did a couple of new tracks last night that we've never done before, off the new album that's coming out in April. And yeah, I think they went down pretty good.
Well, I've heard your new track. Forgive me for the life of me, but I cannot remember it because I have played it a couple of times on our radio show as well.
Well, the brand new single,
Yes.
A Light Will Shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's been received very well.
Yeah, it's been really good. We had like 100,000 views on the video in like a week, wasn't it, or 3 weeks or something?
Yeah, it's pretty short.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's go into the band name itself, Sacred Mother Tongue. To me, that's got there's a couple of meanings behind that. Obviously, the mother tongue, which can be the language of like, your land,
Yeah.
and obviously the sacred as well. But how did the name arrive with you guys?
I think the same way that most names end up with a band. You all put a load of stupid suggestions down on a bit of paper. Most of them are ridiculous, and even the ones that are kind of cool, everyone else hates them. And then at some point, something just clicks, and that was it was just one of the ones that I personally had put on a list. I lifted it from a New Model Army lyric. It was one of these things where, I mean, if you've ever been in a band looking for a name, you tend to get to the end of your tether and you're like, where do I find a name? I need something cool. And you're looking around the room and you're going like, right, carpet curtain, no, that's shit. But the other thing you do is you pull out album sleeves and you look at lyrics or song titles and stuff like that, which is why certain bands have ended up with other names. But yeah, there was a New Model Army LP that I had, and it had the lyrics. I think it was called Here Comes the War. And it had the lyrics on the back, and for some reason those words literally just jumped out the page, and yeah, I just thought that's kind of cool, put it on the list, and then when it stuck, we thought better find out what the meaning of this is, so we're going to get asked about it.
Just get people like me asking.
Yeah. Apparently there isn't. In fact, there is one Sacred Mother Tongue left in the world, which is the idea of a Sacred Mother Tongue is a native language that is too sacred to speak. So it's a dead language, basically. But yeah, there's apparently only one. It's some Arab tribe or something.
Powerful name for a powerful band. There you go.
Thank you very much.
It is one of those names though when people say, "Oh, what band do you play?" and you tell them, they're like, "What?"
And
then you tell them again, they're like,
Monkey Bane.
"What?" Yeah. So when they get it, they get it. I mean, I must admit.
Secret Mothers what?
I must admit, because I wasn't originally in the band, and like when it kind of came up to do like an audition and stuff.
You were going, what are you called?
I spoke to Rob, the manager, and he phoned me up and he sort of said about the name of the band. And by the end of the phone call, I was like, "What's the name of the band again?" And I had the same thing. So it's kind of like but once it sticks,
It's a strange name, and it does seem to be one of those that people need to hear it properly to know what it is and remember it. But it also seems to be one of those names that once it's in your head, it does seem to stick.
Yeah.
People don't seem to forget it, so that's kind of good.
Yeah. One thing I noticed as well doing the photographs last night, you guys have got quite impressive tattoos as well. Now, have they been over the years? Have you just sort of developed and how much money have you actually invested in your tattoos?
I dread to think. I got a full colour sleeve, which was all done as one piece. Over, like every 2 weeks I went in for like 3-hour sessions. That's probably cost me best part of £1,000. And then my other arm is sort of most of a sleeve, but in separate sections. God knows how much they cost. They just cost a lot. I've got some on my chest, some on my back.
it's about 120 quid every 2 hours.
You
normally sit. I mean, I've had sort of load. I mean, I've got one that sort of goes all the way up there. That took about I mean, that was actually a 6-hour sit-in straight done, but it was painful. I mean, if anyone's ever had any full tribal work done, it's literally drilling black ink into your arm, like really hardcore. This one, however, was a lot easier to do, and it was a lot quicker. I mean, it was done by another guy who lives in Norwich. He just lives about 5 minutes from my house. He owns a place called Rude Boy Studios, and yeah, I mean, he used to work on like seafronts and stuff. So he could do really good quality tattoos, but really quick, you know, because people would just go in and pay on the day and then have some work done. So it didn't actually take that long. I think in total it was about 6 to 8 hours work on that, but the whole arm. And he had to sort of weave around another tattoo, which I had done years and years ago. So yeah, that's probably the same as him, about $1,000 maybe, 1,500 for the lot.
In between us, there's probably about, what, $5,000? Well, Lee hasn't joined the tattoo club yet.
Yeah, he wants to. It's just too girly.
Our tour manager's got the best work on him. You want to get him on camera?
I haven't seen his work. What's he got on him?
He's fucking dripping in it.
Oh yeah, he's got a chest piece, hasn't he?
And the full sleeve. It's like you said, bring on the tats. Someone brought on the tats. Don't know who would bring on tats, but...
We can Google it nowadays. You can find most things.
Yeah, most things on Google for a reasonable price.
So have you had any of your fans have Sacred Mother tattoos done?
Yeah,
We have had one guy, yeah. We've got a t-shirt design that's like a silhouette with some headlights or something coming towards him. Someone's got that on their forearm. They put it on Facebook. So I think that was the first one. Don't know whether there's any more, but
Someone's had my face tattooed on their thigh.
this is a bloke.
Really?
Yeah.
right next to his crown jewels. Josh doesn't know this information. Look, he's pissing himself.
Yeah, they have. Seriously, I think there's a bit of a, I don't know, maybe.
What are you laughing at? It's me.
But yeah.
I've got his face on my shirt.
Well, it was one of the gigs that we were doing or something.
Have a look, mate.
It was one of the gigs we were doing, and I never actually saw it because the security guard working there he didn't even pay to watch the band, and he didn't even know we were going to be there. And then I sort of turned up and he went, "Oh, you're him, aren't you? You're that Andy James guy." And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "My cousin's had his like a full-blown face tattoo on his thigh of you, bloke."
What a
And I was like,
So weird.
I didn't know if he was making it up or not, to be fair, but I don't know.
That takes Stalker up to the next level, really.
It does, doesn't it? Why would you put it there, right next to your knob?
They can slap you.
It's close to your heart, isn't it? Or close enough. It's weird, isn't it? I mean, I've seen, you know, some pretty shocking tattoos. I must admit.
Yeah.
So it's his party trick. So because I'm signing, look, Andy James the dickhead.
It's a good job I like you, mate.
Why don't we all get one?
So when it comes to your musical influences, what did you sort of like grow up listening to? How's that actually helped during the course of obviously writing material for Sacred Mother Tattoo as well?
Yeah, I think it has, but I think it's inadvertent. I don't think any of us have really said we're influenced by this, so let's write a song, sort of thing. But I think our influences just naturally have come out, and certain people pick that out from different angles. Like, if someone's a Dream Theater fan and they hear a bit of Dream Theater, they might go, "Oh, are you into Dream Theater?" And then, whilst some of us might go, "Yeah, a little bit" or whatever, Andy will go, "Well, yeah, I grew up on it. I fucking love them," you know. So there's obviously something you can pick out.
Yeah.
Personally, I grew up on my dad's music, so I'm a big 70s fan. Anything like, you know, Purple, Zeppelin, Lizzie, all of that. You're pretty much the same, aren't you?
Yeah.
Old school.
I think what you listen to shapes you as a musician anyway, and I think you can't really avoid the influence or impact that has on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're asking whether we like listen to a Megadeth track and went, right, I'm going to write a riff sort of like that, but change it a little bit. No, that's not really the process. But yeah, I think, you know, all the things that you're exposed to, I think, you know, the things that end up getting absorbed into your own playing just end up coming out naturally, because that's what you would naturally sort of do. I mean, like we said before, you know, the writing process for this album was really natural. None of it was, you know, forced or like we're trying to be like anything. It was just a case of, well, these songs just sort of happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's been a pretty organic process, really.
Yeah, everything that felt good got used,
Yeah.
and nothing was really thrown out because it was too this or too that. So it's come together nicely. I think that's why those influences have just appeared rather than they're not forced on you. They might be there, but they're subtle.
Yeah.
You wouldn't put any of our songs on and go, this sounds like Pantera.
Yeah.
But you might hear bits of our songs and think these guys are all into Pantera at some point in their life,
I
because
think we found that with your new track, because it was like, oh, that sounds like such and such, or there's a little bit of that, and it's like,
yeah.
you can't.
There's teasers.
Yeah.
You can't really say this sounds like them because I think they're all teasers.
Yeah, and that's probably one of the good things about your music as well. Is you cannot be pigeonholed into a particular part of the genre itself.
Yeah.
I think it's just metal, though.
Yeah.
I don't really understand a lot of the sort of subgenres of metal and categories and all the rest of it. I mean, for us, it's just. It's got loud guitars in it, it's got soaring vocals, it's just metal, isn't it, really?
It does get bloody complicated.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Genres, and you're just like, well,
I think a lot of those pigeonholes are put there because no one knows how to understand the bands. They're like, what am I listening to here? And then they give it a name and then it seems to make sense to them. Whereas, I don't know, I'd like to think we just fit into the straight sort of rock and roll, metal category, as Andy said.
so when it comes to the writing process, are you guys involved in that, or does it just fall down to a particular member?
Well, ultimately, it does involve the input of everyone in the band, to put the songs across. I mean, I think because it's guitar-related music, then obviously it's got to have a starting point, and that tends to be the guitar. So, I mean, I'll sit and... rather than, stand in a rehearsal room with everyone and go, well, I've got this riff, what are you hearing? I just record full demos of, things that I hear, drums, bass, everything, in the sort of arrangement that I hear it.
Yeah.
And, sometimes, some of the stuff on this album, the arrangement and all the riffs and everything haven't changed. It's just obviously had the input from everybody, and obviously Darren writes the lyrics and all the melodies and stuff, and he's the only one in the band that does that. But some of them have been sort of chopped up, and there's been 3 songs spliced together that have kind of, Evolve Become being an example.
They evolved from 3 songs.
It's almost it's almost like a self-fulfilling song title in a way, because not only is it about issues further than just the writing of the song.
Yeah.
If you think about how the song evolved and became, it's almost the sort of same thing. So some of it was pretty straightforward, others were sort of cut together. But ultimately it takes all of us as a band to make it sound the way it does. So I think that's where the magic happens.
So obviously, Hammerfest this weekend. Where can fans get out to see you for the rest of 2013? Is there anything else lined up for you?
Yeah, we're out on Saturday at Bournemouth, finishing a tour with Howlstorm, and then we've got 2 weeks off, and then we're back out on tour in the UK with El Nino as main support. So we'll be going everywhere from Manchester, Birmingham, down to Southampton, over to Cardiff and that, all around for sort of 2 weeks, and then we're off for a bit, aren't we? And we'll be at Download
On Sunday,
main stage Download.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah. Can't wait for
Really
it.
looking forward to that.
Hopefully the weather will be better than what it was last year.
I hope so, yeah. There's nothing worse at a festival than when it's pissing down with rain and everyone's covered in mud. Everyone's pissed off, they want to go home. They'll try their best to have a good time, but...
It's still cold
Been
though, isn't it?
pretty lucky so far.
Yeah, that's it. Well, guys, excellent. So much for taking time out and chatting with us today. That's brilliant when bands do that.
No worries.
You guys have enjoy the rest of the weekend. Hopefully we'll catch you back out on the road sometime during 2013. If
Yeah.
not, we'll see you at Download.
That'd be great, yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.